Hello friends, Steve Stockton here with you. Welcome to our latest episode. Today we pose to you the idea, is there a connection between feral humans and the missing? Now, some of the world's most beautiful and serene natural landscapes are found in our national parks. These stunning sights are perfect for visitors seeking to escape the hustle and bustle of daily life and immerse themselves in the majesty of mountains, forests, and lakes. However, these pristine natural wonders hold numerous dark secrets and untold mysteries. Countless stories exist of people living in the wild or remote areas far from civilization. Some speculate that these individuals may also be found in national parks, where they depend on the land and avoid contact with others. In this video, we'll explore the historical theories about wild or feral humans and examine if there is indeed a connection between their existence and unexplained disappearances, particularly in national parks. Join me. Let's walk and see. For centuries, there have been stories about people living in the wild who engage in cannibalism. These stories are often about reclusive individuals who live in remote areas away from society. They can be found in religious texts like the Lives of the Desert Fathers, which document Egyptian monks living alone in the desert. The idea of people living in the wild has been a popular theme in literature, with well-known characters like Tarzan, Mowgli from the Jungle Book, and Grendel from Beowulf. This concept has also been portrayed in movies and TV shows, including The Wild Child Hannah and The Legend of Tarzan. Furthermore, the notion of wild humans has existed in folklore and mythology since ancient times. Wild humans were traditionally portrayed in ancient texts as living in remote regions, while in medieval times, they were believed to reside on the fringes of society. It is worth mentioning that specific indigenous communities have limited interaction with outsiders, and some tribes in the Amazon have been misrepresented through exaggerated stories and misunderstanding, such as unverified reports of cannibalism. In medieval Europe, there was a mythical figure known as the Wild Man or the Woodwoes. This creature is a common theme in medieval art and literature. Richard Bernheimer, a professor and art historian specializing in the Middle Ages, delves into these strange creatures' emotional, literary, and artistic importance. Bernheimer analyzed fertility ceremonies in medieval Europe that included the fake capture of mythical wild men in his book, Wild Men in the Middle Ages. These creatures were characterized by hairy bodies except for their feet, hands, elbows, and knees, and were frequently depicted carrying heavy weapons. Dina Sanichar, who grew up in the jungle of Uttar Pradesh, India, was raised by wolves and is a well-known example of a feral human. His story is so remarkable that it inspired the Jungle Book. Dina learned to behave and think like a wolf from a young age, but when he was 6 years old, he was discovered by hunters and taken to an orphanage. There are a few other famous cases of people believed to have been brought up by animals, including the Wild Boy of Kentucky, the Blue Boy of the Great Smoky Mountains, and the Siberian Bear Girl. A particularly intriguing case is that of Jeannie Wiley, who grew up in total isolation and never acquired the ability to speak. Her story is recounted in a movie called Secret of the Wild Child. Some people have even speculated that feral people were responsible for the disappearance of Dennis Martin, a case we're all familiar with. On June 14, 1969, Dennis Martin went missing while camping in Tennessee's Great Smoky Mountains National Park with his father, grandfather, and brother over Father's Day weekend. Dennis vanished while playfully hiding during a game. Eventually, his father realized he was missing, leading to a large-scale search effort to find him. The investigation involved more than 1,400 individuals, including the National Guard and Special Forces, making it the most extensive search operation ever conducted in the park's history. Although Dennis was not located, an unusual finding was uncovered. 2 sets of footprints were discovered, one matching Dennis's shoe print and the other belonging to a barefoot individual. Officials and authorities have proposed 3 possible scenarios. Dennis may have become lost and succumbed to the elements. He may have been attacked by an animal, or he may have been abducted by an unknown person. However, that third theory suggests that possibly a wild person may have taken Dennis, as evidenced by the bare footprints. One man, Harold Key, claims he saw a strange wild man running in the woods after hearing a scream in connection with the Dennis Martin case. There are ongoing discussions on social media platforms like Reddit regarding disturbing rumors about feral individuals who engage in cannibalism in real life. The case of Dennis Martin is still a topic of conversation, and many TikTok users have expressed recent concerns about the number of people missing in national parks. Now, there are people that enter the national parks in order to escape the law or to even start a new life. However, these individuals are not wild or feral people living in the wilderness. They're just regular people trying to avoid being found. Some people may seek refuge in national parks to escape abusive or dangerous situations. Here's some factual statistics about national parks to alleviate concerns or dispel myths about these individuals. Every year, national parks witness about 1,000 deaths that could be attributed to falls, medical emergencies, vehicle accidents, or drowning. Out of these, drowning is the most frequent cause of the loss of life. Unfortunately, around 30% of these deaths are a result of self-harm. Although homicide is responsible for a few park deaths, such incidents are rare and usually involve known individuals. Parents or caregivers may abandon children due to poverty, mental illness, or fear of punishment for having a child out of wedlock. As a result, these children are left to fend for themselves in the wilderness. Additionally, children may become lost or separated from their families during recreational activities in parks, only to never be found, which forces them to adapt to their new environment to survive. There are even numerous tales about wild people and UFO sightings in American national parks, but their authenticity is questionable. Most missing persons can be attributed to injuries, health issues, or simply getting lost. It is possible for an individual or group to hide for a long time in various locations with access to vital necessities, such as food, water, and shelter. The Nantahala National Forest in western North Carolina, it spans over 533,000 acres of wilderness, and it served as a hiding spot for one Eric Robert Rudolph, also known as the Olympic Park Bomber. He remained undetected by the FBI for 5 years, moving along the Appalachian Trail towards the Great Smokies. Rudolph was eventually caught in 2003 when he ventured out of the forest and was seen by a rookie police officer rummaging through a trash dumpster in Murphy, North Carolina. The officer recognized him from the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. Now, if this man, with only minimal survival skills, managed to survive undetected for years, imagine the crafts of someone who never left these woods in their entire life. As a possibility, it must be considered. Cases like this, hearing rumors of the wild men and cannibals and families of people living like this their whole lives, makes us question humanity as a species. Did societal norms and what many consider socially acceptable behavior actually take away our instincts and human nature to survive in the woods? At their core, feral humans are simply people who live their entire lives without any human contact aside from others like themselves. Would the things they allegedly participate in, like cannibalism, be so disgusting and unmentionable to us if they were not ingrained into our heads as indecent from the moment we're born? It is an interesting point to ponder. Well, folks, there you have it. I look forward to your comments on this one, but please keep it friendly and respectful. Until we meet again, be good to yourselves and each other. I'm Steve Stockton, and I'll see you a little further on down the trail. And please tell your animals I said hi.